Hi, my name is Vivian Dempsey, and I've been teaching the Writing Edge Bar Review course since 1986. My favorite part of the bar exam is the performance test, and that's what I want to talk to you about here. I've written every single performance test that's ever been on the bar, and in fact, I started writing them before it was on the bar. At that time, I was a grader, and I was invited by the state bar to be a guinea pig and take the performance tests and report back to them what was good about them, what needed changing, what was unclear. And then those same performance tests appeared on the bar, and I was a grader of them. So I've essentially looked at performance tests from both sides, like Joni Mitchell and the Clouds. I love performance tests. I think they are the fairest part of the bar exam, but ironically, it's the part that most people fail. I think there's some good reasons for that. With the attorney bar applicants, I think it's because of hubris. I think they simply don't practice the performance test because they misunderstand and think it's just like real life. For first-time takers or general bar applicants, I think it's because the courses that they take really let them down on the performance test because those courses don't understand them. The performance test has to be standardized. After all, it's one of the major parts of the bar exam that qualifies you to practice law in California. So how could it be random? How could it be a spin of the roulette wheel? And yet that's what many people, and many people who've taken the bar over and over again, think about the performance test. It kind of reminds me of cavemen. You know, cavemen didn't have any way of explaining the sun rising in the morning, or lightning, or thunder, or the eclipse of the sun or the eclipse of the moon. And as a consequence, they decided to attribute that to messages sent from the gods. The gods must be mad at us. It's raining today. A lot of people treat the performance test the same way. What's the point of trying to practice it? It's all random anyway. And even people who pass the bar don't really know what they did right in order to pass it, nor really, in truth, whether in fact they passed the performance tests on that bar exam because you don't get your answers back. So what I try to do is demystify the performance test and show you ways in which it has a pattern. There's a science to the performance test. The obvious things are not always the same, and that's where most courses pick you up and drop you off. That is, it's not always the same subject matter. It's not always the same kind of task, kind of writing assignment. It doesn't necessarily have the same number of cases in the library. Some have statutes and some don't. So what could possibly be the same, given all the things that are different about it? And that's what I do. I teach you what's the same, and then I impress upon you, by your doing 10 performance tests under timed conditions, wow, that works. That navigation, that GPS around the performance test really is a useful thing for me, and I'm going to do it on the bar exam too. Okay, so that's what I hope to give my students, and I'm just giving you a little taste of it when I go over the 2 performance tests on the bar exam here, so that you can understand, yes, there is a way of finding what the issues are, and there's a fast way of finding what the tests in the cases are, and there's a method to dealing the cases out under the issues. That's the GPS. That's what's similar about every performance test. And rather than give you full written out answers this time, which I don't believe that you're able to deconstruct and figure out what I was doing to achieve that answer, this time I'm trying to let you step into my mind, as I do in my course, and to experience the process of putting together a PT. So I hope you like it. I hope this is useful for you. And I look forward to teaching you the 2 PTs on the summer 2013 bar.